Imagine waking up tomorrow and truly deciding that for the next 24 hours, you will take control of your body in a way you never have before. Not half-heartedly, not like you've done 1,000 times in the past where intention flickers for a few hours and then dies in the comfort of old habits, but with ruthless focus. For the next 24 hours, every choice you make, every action, every bite, every movement will either serve your goal or betray it. And if you commit fully, if you do this, you will not only feel it in your body, you will see it on the scale. You will see it in the mirror. You will see it in the way your clothes hang, the way your energy flows, the way your confidence rises like an uncontainable tide. Now understand this, change is not gradual. Change is not polite. Change is not convenient. Change is a storm. And it comes when you finally decide to break free of the excuses, the rationalizations, and the soft compromises that have kept you stuck. For 24 hours, your body and your mind will test you. Your mind will whisper the old lies. It's okay to skip the workout. You've had a hard day. You deserve this cookie, this slice of bread, this comfort. And in that whisper lies your entire history of failure until now. Because for the next 24 hours, you will refuse to listen to those lies. You will silence the voice of self-sabotage with actions so deliberate, so unwavering that the universe itself takes notice. It begins with what you put in your body. For 24 hours, you will feed it only what nourishes it. No sugar-laden snacks that spike your insulin and rob your energy, no processed foods that weigh you down. You will eat clean, purposeful meals, not as a chore, not as a punishment, but as a declaration that you are serious about your transformation. Water, protein, vegetables, smart fats, this is not a diet, it is a reset. And every time you resist the temptation to cheat, every time you replace a habit of indulgence with a habit of discipline, you are telling yourself and the world that you are no longer willing to settle for less than your potential. You are reclaiming the power that has been quietly slipping through your fingers for years. And then there is movement, not just casual walking, not just thinking, I'll get to it later. No. For the next 24 hours, you will move in a way that commands your body to respond, whether it's an intense workout that leaves your muscles screaming or a series of high-effort intervals that force your heart to race. You will push beyond comfort, beyond the lazy inertia that keeps the weight stuck and your energy low. Pain, exhaustion, and sweat are not punishments. They are proof that your body is alive, that it is shedding the old version of you with every drop of effort. And here is the truth most people never grasp. The scale does lie. It does judge. It only reflects the choices you make. Do this the 24-hour commitment to clean eating, deliberate movement, and unwavering discipline, and the scale will reflect your power back to you. It will be a mirror of your determination. But don't think this is just physical. The weight you carry is not only on your body, it is in your mind. Anxiety, stress, regret, self-doubt, these are invisible weights that compound the physical ones. For the next 24 hours, you will control your mind as rigorously as your body. You will not allow negative thoughts to dictate your actions. Instead, you will replace them with intention, every thought a strategy, every belief a tool, every moment a test of your commitment. When the inner critic rises, and it will challenge it with facts, with actions, with unstoppable forward motion. If you eat when you are not hungry or skip your workout because of mental resistance, you are feeding that critic. If you act with purpose, you starve it. And that's the moment where transformation becomes inevitable, when your mind and body are aligned in relentless pursuit of the same goal. For hours, you will also embrace accountability. Not vague accountability, not I'll try to be good, but real accountability. Tracking your meals, your activity, your water intake, your sleep. You will measure the measurable, because what is measured is controlled. You will own your choices, and you will own the results, because hiding from your results is how excuses thrive. And every small victory, each glass of water, each resisted temptation, each completed set of push-ups accumulates into momentum. Momentum is the hidden weapon of transformation. You cannot force change in a single instant, but in 24 hours, you can create enough momentum to make the scale drop to make your confidence surge, to make your body and mind start to respond in ways they haven't before. But here is the deeper truth. 24 hours is all it takes to prove to yourself that you can do what you thought was impossible. It's one day, a single rotation of the clock, yet it is enough to break the chains of your self-imposed limitation. Most people fail because they wait for the perfect day, the perfect plan, the perfect motivation. There is no perfect day. There is only the day you choose to take action. And in that choice lies your power. When you wake up and decide that nothing, not fatigue, not temptation, not comfort will derail you for the next 24 hours, you are not only making a change in your body, you are rewriting your identity. You are becoming someone who does not negotiate with weakness, someone who does not bend to convenience, someone who acts with precision, with purpose, and with unshakable resolve. And yes, the scale will drop, because weight is a language. It speaks the truth of your actions. You cannot lie to it. You cannot charm it with empty promises or wishful thinking. The scale will respond to the clean choices, the deliberate movements, the 24-hour commitment to your own power. And that drop, small as it may be at first, is proof that you are capable of change, proof that you are stronger than your habits, proof that transformation is possible. And when you see that number, that reflection, that evidence of your effort, it becomes a spark. One day turns into two into a week into a month, and the transformation compounds faster than you imagined. You will learn in these 24 hours that discipline is not deprivation. Discipline is liberation. It is freedom from the chaos of indecision, freedom from the weight of regret, freedom from the endless cycle of starting and quitting. You will realize that you are not at the mercy of your environment or your cravings. You are at the mercy of your choices. And when choice is exercised with clarity, with intensity, with unwavering commitment, results are not a question, they are inevitable. During these 24 hours, you will discover the power of small, consistent actions stacked together. Drinking water consistently, saying no to the cookie, finishing your workout, sleeping enough, moving enough, fueling yourself wisely. Each action alone may seem insignificant. Taken together, they are unstoppable. And here is this subtle secret that so many people miss once you see the scale move, once you feel the shift. In your energy, once your body responds to your discipline, it no longer feels like punishment to continue. It feels like a demand of your potential. Your body will begin to expect this level of care. Your mind will begin to crave this level of clarity. The 24 hours that once seemed impossible will become a foundation upon which everything else is built. So do not underestimate the power of a single day. Do not underestimate what one fully committed 24 hours can do. If you choose to feed your body correctly, to move it deliberately, to focus your mind, to hold yourself accountable, the scale will respond, your energy will respond, your confidence will respond. You will prove to yourself that change is not only passable, it is already happening. And that realization, more than any number, more than any reflection, is the true transformation. Absolutely. Here is an 800-word expansion of Keynote 1, total commitment to 24 hours of discipline in the same motivational Mandell-like style, without headings or a closing sentence. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning with one simple, unshakable decision. For the next 24 hours, you will take complete control of your life in ways you've only imagined but never executed. Not half-hearted control, not a casual, I'll try, not some wishful thinking or fleeting attempt, but total, relentless commitment. Every bite you put in your mouth, every movement of your body, every thought you entertain, every choice you make will serve your purpose, or it will not. And in this short span of time, just 24 hours, you have the power to send a shockwave through your life that can be seen on the scale, felt in your energy, and recognized in your confidence. Most people underestimate what one fully committed day can accomplish. They think transformation requires weeks, months, years of steady work. That is a lie we tell ourselves to justify procrastination. The truth is, a single day of absolute discipline is enough to start a chain reaction, to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you believed. Commitment is not about motivation. Motivation is fleeting, unreliable, a spark that ignites for a moment and dies when the first discomfort arrives. Commitment is something far stronger. Commitment does not ask if you feel like it. It does not negotiate with excuses. Commitment is a contract you make with yourself, a decision that is enforced with action, minute by minute, hour by hour. For 24 hours, you are going to test the depth of your commitment. You will not allow fatigue, boredom, distraction, or temptation to derail you. When your body protests, your mind whines, or the world offers comfort as a lure, you will push back. Every bite of clean, nourishing food will be an affirmation that you are serious. Every drop of sweat and movement will be a declaration that you refuse to settle. Every moment of focused mental discipline will be a refusal to let the old habits run your life. You will realize that the weight on your body has always been a reflection of the weight in your choices. For decades, perhaps you have been living on autopilot. You eat what is convenient when it is convenient. You move when it is convenient. You think when it is convenient. And convenience has cost you far more than you imagined, not just in pounds, but in energy, confidence, and self-respect. For 24 hours, you will take all of that back. You will operate with precision and intention. Breakfast is not an accident, it is fuel. Lunch is not a compromise, it is strategy. Snacks are not indulgences, they are decisions. Every decision becomes a declaration. I am in control, I am disciplined, I am accountable. And this commitment is not abstract, it is tangible. You will measure it, track it, and own it. Water intake will not be forgotten, it will be deliberate. Meals will not be eaten absent-mindedly, they will be purposeful. Every step, every movement, every choice is a tool to reinforce that you are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. For 24 hours, you will see the results of your commitment almost immediately. Your body will respond to the fuel and movement. Your mind will respond to focus and clarity. The scale will reflect the truth of your choices. And the sensation of progress, even small at first, will be addictive in the best possible way. Understand that discomfort is part of the process. Commitment is not comfortable. It will test you. It will push you edges you did know you had. Hunger, fatigue, temptation, mental resistance, these are not enemies. They are proof that your old patterns are being challenged. And the moment you push through, that is the moment transformation begins. The next 24 hours will demand vigilance, awareness, and persistence. There will be moments when every fiber of your being wants to revert to old habit, when excuses rise like a flood, when the comfortable path beckons. And in those moments, the depth of your commitment will be revealed. Commitment is forged in discomfort. It is exercised in resistance. It is demonstrated in actions taken when motivation fails. You must treat this 24-hour experiment as a non-negotiable contract. Break it, and you reaffirm old weaknesses. Honor it, and you ignite a force that cannot be ignored. The beauty of this approach is that the time frame is finite. One day, just 24 hours. That is not overwhelming. That is not impossible. That is short enough to make action practical and long enough to force real change. Your mind will tell you it is too hard. Your body will argue it is too much. Ignore both. This is not about convenience or comfort. This is about proving to yourself that you can, that your will is stronger than your excuses, that your potential is far greater than your past behavior. And here is what most people miss: the scale, the energy, the visual results. They are not the goal. They are the feedback. The real victory is the demonstration of self-mastery, the proof that one day of absolute, ruthless discipline is possible. Once you have done it for 24 hours, you realize it is not magic, it is choice. Every day thereafter, that choice becomes easier, more natural, more unstoppable. You break free from the pattern of half measures and weak intentions. You start to live intentionally, purposefully, strategically. One day becomes two. Two becomes a week. A week becomes a month. And suddenly, the transformation you thought required months or years has begun in a single powerful day of commitment. This is the principle at the core of change. You cannot wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect preparation. There is no ideal mental state. There is only this day, this hour, this minute, this choice. For the next 24 hours, your actions must speak louder than your thoughts, louder than your cravings, louder than your doubts. Commitment is the bridge between who you are and who you can become. And this bridge is built not over years, but in moments stacked one upon another, beginning with this one. In this 24-hour period, You are both the architect and the builder of your transformation, the commander and the soldier, the thinker and the doer, and in embracing that dual role fully, you will discover what was possible all along. Absolutely. Here's an 800-word expansion of Keynote 2, Alignment of Body, Mind, Habits, in the same motivational, Msndell-like style. Without headings or a closing sentence, real transformation does not happen in isolation. It does not happen in the gym alone, or by eating clean food alone, or by thinking positively alone. True change requires alignment of body, mind, and habits in a way that creates a force so strong it becomes unstoppable. Most people operate out of imbalance. They try to fix one piece of the puzzle while ignoring the rest. They exercise without thought, eat without discipline, think without focus. The body grows stronger, but the mind sabotages it. The mind grows motivated, but the body refuses to follow. Habits become routines, but they are routines without intention leaving. The person stuck in the same loop of frustration and inconsistency. Alignment is the hidden engine behind results, and for the next 24 hours, you will harness that engine with precision. Start with the body because it is the foundation. The body responds to what you feed it and how you move it. It craves structure. It craves challenge. It craves fuel that allows it to operate at its peak. For 24 hours, you will feed your body with intention. Every bite is not just nutrition. It is a signal to your cells, to your metabolism, to your energy, that you are taking control. No sugar that spikes and crashes your energy. No processed foods that drag your system into lethargy. Protein, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, and water in sufficient amounts. These are not mere dietary choices. They are the building blocks of power. And when your body feels nourished and energized, it becomes easier to move it, to push it, to challenge it. Movement is not optional. It is a declaration. Every push-up, every squat, every step, every stretch is a communication to yourself. You are capable, you are strong, you are disciplined. The body and mind are intimately connected, and each deliberate action reinforces the other. Then comes the mind, the silent partner in every physical effort. The mind is the battlefield where every transformation is won or lost. For the next 24 hours, you will train your mind to be as disciplined as your body. No wandering thoughts. No indulgence in self-doubt. No rationalizations that weaken your effort. You will practice awareness, recognizing cravings and impulses as they arise and responding not with reflex, but with strategy. Hunger is not an excuse. Fatigue is not an excuse. The temptation to relax or delay is not an excuse. Every moment your mind resists weakness, every thought it guides toward action, is a reinforcement of your alignment. When the body moves, the mind is there pushing it further, challenging it, demanding excellence. When the mind is focused, the body executes without hesitation. Together, they create a synergy that cannot be faked or replaced by mere willpower alone. Habits are the bridge between intention and outcome. Even the strongest body and the sharpest mind cannot sustain change without the scaffolding of habits. For 24 hours, you will establish routines that serve your goal. You will eat at the right times. You will hydrate consistently. You will move your body deliberately. You will rest strategically, and you will track your actions to ensure nothing slips through the cracks. Habits are not passive. They are active declarations. They are a language your subconscious understands. When repeated consistently, habits transform into automatic responses that free your mind from decision fatigue and conserve energy for high-level focus. The alignment of habits with intention ensures that your body and mind are not fighting against the momentum of old patterns, but rather accelerating it toward measurable results. The magic of alignment is visible in the feedback it generates. The scale, the energy levels, the mood, the clarity of thought, these are reflections of harmony between body, mind, and habits. When your meals are intentional, your movement is deliberate, your thoughts are focused, and your routines are consistent, the results are inevitable. Misalignment, on the other hand, is often the invisible thief of progress. You can exercise with intensity, but if your diet is chaotic, the scale will not move. You can think positively, but if your body is neglected, energy will lag. You can follow habits, but if your mind is unfocused, the effort will feel empty. Alignment is what turns isolated effort into measurable, sustainable change. It is also the psychological edge that most people never tap into. Alignment builds confidence because you see yourself operating as a complete system rather than a collection of disconnected efforts. You experience flow because your actions, thoughts, and habits reinforce each other. There is no inner conflict, no tug of war between desire and discipline. For the next 24 hours, when you eat consciously, move intentionally, and think with purpose, you are not only training your body, you are proving to yourself that you can live intentionally, that you can govern your own behavior, that you can create results that feel impossible until they are achieved. That clarity, that feeling of mastery is more powerful than any number on a scale. Finally, alignment teaches resilience because life will always throw challenges at you, temptations, distraction, fatigue, stress. But when your body, mind, and habits are aligned, these challenges cannot derail you. They become tests that reinforce the system you have built rather than threats that break it. For 24 hours, every decision you make, every action you take will strengthen this alignment. And the beauty of alignment is that it compounds. One day of harmony makes the next day easier. 2 aligned days make 3 almost inevitable. You are not simply surviving the 24-hour experiment, you are building a foundation for lifelong mastery, proving to yourself that results are not random, that change is not luck, that transformation is the natural outcome of synchronized action between body, mind, and habits. Absolutely. Here's an 800-word expansion of Keynote 3, Power of Small, Consistent Actions and Momentum, in the same Motivational. Msndell-like style, without heading or a closing sentence. Transformation is rarely a single, dramatic moment. It is not the flash of inspiration that strikes once and disappears. Transformation is built from countless small, deliberate actions stacked consistently over time. Each small effort, each tiny choice, accumulates into a momentum that becomes unstoppable. And for the next 24 hours, you will experience firsthand the power of this principle. You will see that the scale drops, your energy rises, and your confidence strengthens not because of some grand gesture, but because of the steady, deliberate choices you make, repeated with focus and intention. The small things, drinking water instead of soda, choosing a healthy meal over junk, completing your workout instead of skipping it, going to bed on time instead of scrolling mindlessly. These are the atoms of transformation alone. They may seem insignificant. Together, they create a force you cannot resist. The mind is wired to overlook the power of small actions. It wants the immediate result, the dramatic change, the overnight success. And when the result does not come instantly, it convinces you that your efforts are meaningless. But momentum does not announce itself with fanfare. It grows quietly, imperceptibly at first, until the combined weight of you is small. Consistent actions becomes a tide that moves everything in its path. Every disciplined choice for 24 hours, no matter how small it feels in the moment, is an investment in the next action. Momentum is the compounding effect of effort over time. Just as the scale reflects the sum of all your choices, your life reflects the sum of all your habits repeated consistently. Consistency is the engine that drives this momentum. One workout done sporadically will not shift the needle. One salad eaten in isolation will not redefine your body. One glass of water or 1 hour of sleep will not change your energy permanently. But repeated, deliberate, and consistent choices, these are what carve results out of the raw material of your day. For the next 24 hours, you will align every choice with your goal. You will not negotiate with comfort. You will not rationalize excuses. You will act with purpose repeatedly. And in that repetition lies the seed of momentum. The body begins to respond, the mind begins to sharpen, the scale begins to reflect your commitment. The smallest wins, when added together, become undeniable proof that you are capable of change. Each action builds upon the last. Skipping the snack you do not need strengthens your ability to resist the next temptation. Completing the workout you wanted to skip increases your mental resilience for every subsequent task. Drinking water consistently keeps you hydrated, fueling both physical and mental performance. Every small choice reinforces the next. Momentum is not magic, it is predictable. When you feed it with consistency, when you respect its power, The results are inevitable. And the beauty of this is that momentum is contagious. Once it begins to move, it carries your confidence, your energy, and your discipline forward like a rolling avalanche. You will feel in your body, in your thoughts, and in the way you approach the world. Small actions also teach focus. When you are obsessed with perfection or overwhelmed by the enormity of a long-term goal, it is easy to procrastinate, to hesitate, to overthink. But when your attention is directed at the next step, the next choice, the next deliberate action, the journey becomes manageable. One day, 1 hour, one decision at a time, this is where progress begins. For 24 hours, you will practice this level of focus, treating each small action as a non-negotiable part of your transformation. You will see that by concentrating on what is immediately in your control, by executing consistently, by stacking your actions, the impossible starts to feel inevitable. Another critical element of small, consistent actions is the reinforcement of belief. Most people fail because they do not trust that their efforts matter. They see the results as too slow, too small, too insignificant, and they give up. But when you experience even a single day where every action aligns with your goal, where each choice reinforces the next, you begin to see that results are not random, they are predictable. You begin to believe in yourself, in your power, and in your ability to transform. That belief is the fuel that carries momentum forward. Without it, even the best plan will stall. With it, even modest efforts compound into extraordinary outcomes. Momentum also teaches patience and discipline simultaneously. By focusing on small, consistent actions, you realize that the path to change is not a sprint. It is a relentless forward motion. One perfect choice does not make you disciplined. Repeated perfect choices over time create an identity of discipline. One healthy meal does not transform you. Repeated healthy meals over days, weeks, and months transform your body and mind. Momentum is the proof that small, disciplined actions matter more than occasional bursts of effort. It is a reminder that transformation is a process, and the process is built one deliberate, consistent action at a time. Finally, small, consistent actions produce results that compound exponentially. The choices you make today influence your behavior tomorrow. The energy, confidence, and clarity you gain from one day of deliberate action make the next day easier, more focused, more powerful. Momentum does not reset at midnight. It carries forward, gathering speed, strengthening resolve, and reinforcing identity. For the next 24 hours, you are building more than results. You are building the system of your success. A framework that, if maintained, will continue to produce transformation long after the initial effort. You will see on the scale what your discipline has earned, but more importantly, you will feel in your mind and body the unstoppable power of consistent, deliberate, aligned action, and the realization that one day a focused effort can start a chain reaction that changes everything. Here's a powerful conclusion for your full speech, tying all three keynotes together in the same motivational, Msndell-like style, with a strong ending sentence. Now, after exploring the power of total commitment, the alignment of body, mind, and habits, and the unstoppable force of small, consistent actions, you can see the truth. Transformation is not a distant dream or a vague possibility. It begins with one conscious decision, a single 24-hour period in which you refuse to compromise, in which you act with intention, in which every choice is a declaration of your potential. The scale is not the goal, though it will reflect your effort. The real victory is in proving to yourself that you can take control, that you can align your body, mind, and habits, and that you can harness the momentum of consistent action. One day of disciplined action is enough to break old patterns, ignite confidence, and create energy that propels you forward in ways you never imagined. When you commit fully, your body begins to respond, your mind begins to sharpen, and your habits begin to reinforce one another. Each deliberate action compounds the next until momentum builds like a tidal wave, carrying you toward a version of yourself that once seemed impossible. You realize that change is not about perfection, nor is it about waiting for the right moment. It is about action, repeated with focus, with intention, and with consistency. You learn that small steps, taken relentlessly, outweigh sporadic bursts of effort, and that the combination of discipline, alignment, and momentum creates results that are inevitable, visible, and life-changing. This is not theory. This is not motivation for motivation's sake. This is practical, measurable, actionable truth. You are capable of transforming your body, your energy, your confidence, and your life in just 24 hours if you choose to act. And that choice, once made, becomes the foundation for every success that follows. Each hour, each meal, each movement, each decision is a brick in the structure of your new reality. Once you take control, once you align, once you harness momentum, you no longer need luck, willpower, or permission. You only need commitment, focus, and consistency. The question now is simple. Will you take the 20-40 hours to prove to yourself what is possible? Will you stop negotiating with weakness, excuses, and convenience? Will you step into the life you are capable of creating, one deliberate choice at a time? The moment you do, the scale will drop, your energy will rise, your confidence will soar, and you will know beyond a shadow of doubt that you are unstoppable. Start now. Take control. Move with purpose. And watch yourself become the version of you that you have always imagined.